7:02 this morning, Winsboro ISD hires a new police chief in the middle of ongoing investigations. What parents are saying about the changes.
Plus, heartbreaking news out of California after a group of skiers gets caught in an avalanche. The latest on that investigation.
And Meta CEO taking the stand in a major social media trial, why his testimony could be pivotal.
And a day of wellness and community where you can find the resources you need to shop local and also take charge of your health. It's all under one roof. We'll tell you about it just ahead.
And get kind of a gloomy start to the day, but temperatures will be very warm and we'll have a little bit more sunshine into the afternoon. We'll talk more about your forecast coming up. So stay right there because Morning Yell on CBS 19 Plus starts right now.
Together, we're putting East Texas first. You're watching Morning Yell on CBS 19 Plus.
7:03 this morning. Good morning, y'all. Thanks for staying with us here on CBS 19 Plus. I'm Jesus Martinez.
And I'm Dana Dixon. We're so glad you're with us. If I could give you one piece of advice today, it'd be wear a hat.
And
if
hairspray.
I could, I would. Because I don't think there's enough hairspray in the world for what's behind Joel. Look at that. You can see the humidity in the air.
Can you see the haze out there?
I can.
Oh yeah, there's a little bit of haze, but that's only going to be for today. We'll start to cool down into tomorrow, and the humidity will finally settle down as well. Also, a little bit of we have a little bit of a breeze out there as well. We'll start to see that ease up through the day. And the clouds, they'll be disappearing through the day as well. We'll see a little bit more sunshine. 69 the current temperature in Tyler, 68 in Jacksonville, up to 70 in Nacogdoches, Lufkin, and Carthage, 65 in Center, also 69 degrees in Longview and Henderson. There's the winds right now. 5 to 10, maybe even up to 15 miles per hour in some of our area. So winds definitely starting to slow down, especially as compared to the past few days. And we'll continue to see that trend through the day with the occasional gust up to about 15 miles per hour. Temperatures, they'll still feel like spring through the day. Temperatures in the upper 70s to low 80s. We'll see a little bit more sunshine as early as the second half of this morning. 82 for today. And we have a cold front on the way as well. So temperatures will be dropping into the 60s for tomorrow, giving us some morning shower chances even into Saturday, and highs in the upper 60s as well. There will be a chance for even cooler temperatures than that into the second half of the weekend. I'll show you those numbers coming up in your full forecast.
Alrighty, Joel, thanks so much. Hey, check this out, a powerful community event focused on the mind, the body, and of course, financial wellness, because who doesn't want that, is happening this weekend in Tyler. It's all about the Black Wellness Expo, and it's designed to connect families with the resources while also uplifting small businesses here in East Texas. Here to talk about that is John Ortiz with EmpowerNet and Kira Smothers with Trap Yoga and Wellness. Good morning. Thank you for sticking around.
Good morning.
Of course, so just a couple of minutes ago, we were talking about how amazing this event is, not sort of hiding the resources we have, but of course, showcasing them.
Yes.
We'll talk about that in a moment. First, I want to get some more information on EmpowerNet.
Yeah, Jesus, number one, excited to be here. EmpowerNet was basically designed to help really those entrepreneurs, right? Entrepreneurship can be kind of crazy anyway, but when you start to leverage resources and connections, the old saying, there's no need to reinvent the wheel, right? This is what's neat about this, is that we're able to bring those people together in an expo like this, that they can not only just collaborate, but really refer business to one another, and more importantly, create awareness.
And during this, you guys also created the Black Wellness Expo for this from EmpowerNet, correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
and so I am a repeat vendor, been with the Black Wellness Expo now for 3 years. And so what we have done is brought it all together where it's emphasizing within the Black community, because it's a lot of different resources that even unfortunately our community still doesn't know exist. And so what we did was bring anything wellness into this organization that's not just financial, but also focusing on mental health and wellness health and all of the above.
And I like what you mentioned. There's a lot of people that don't know we have the resources here in East Texas. So that's the whole point of this event. Why is it important for you guys to have this for the community going on a couple of years now?
Yeah.
People just don't know what they don't know. And when we were able to bring this together, and just over the last few years, it's amazing how much momentum we've gained and how much awareness we've created to be able to help people launch their business, grow their business, and more importantly, keep those dollars right here locally in the community, supporting one another to really help those businesses to scale and grow, and at the same time get them visibility and exposure.
I remember this program started not too long ago. You guys have had an amazing turnout so far.
Yeah.
The event is this Saturday. Time and location, though.
Yes, so this Saturday from 1 to 5 p.m. at the APEC. and it is free.
Free 99. Who doesn't like free 99? It's great.
Yes.
And you get an investment out of it. You get to meet people, right?
You get to meet people, get to meet other people within the community, outside of the community.
Yeah.
You never know who's going to be there. And even though it's called Black Wellness Expo, it is something that is open for everyone. It is wellness for everyone.
That's amazing. Once people head in there, what else can they expect? You teach some yoga in there.
I did. So I'll actually be showcasing just a little something to
Yeah.
show you what trauma-informed yoga is, with some breath work, something to help ease your everyday life, and go from there.
That's it. That's all we need.
Yes.
Easy peasy. And real quick,
Lemon squeezy.
Lemon squeezy. What do you hope people get out of this event?
You know what? To really add to that really fast before I answer that, you may want to bring some stretchy pants. Not
Might
because
as
of the
well.
food, not because of the food, but because there's going to be some opportunities for you to kind of get your groove on, right?
Yeah.
And so going back to what we were talking about earlier, to have wellness, it's not just financially, but mentally, spiritually, emotionally, relationally. There's so much that happens, almost kind of a holistic type of thing. What we hope that people walk away with is just kind of the, wow, I didn't know that existed. And not only that, but for them to go and tell their friends, and then their friends tell that's how things
Yeah.
go viral, right? And so we want to be able to help make sure that those people walk away with, if anything else, a new mindset, a new resources and tools that can really help them be more, to do more, and to really have more of the good things that this life has to offer.
Awesome. All good stuff. We'll have all this information on our website over on CBS19.tv. Thank you guys for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Of course. Dana?
Thank you, Jesus. This is breaking news we've been following for you this morning. Police in the UK have arrested former Prince Andrew on his 66th birthday. Law enforcement is saying that Andrew, the younger brother of King Charles, was arrested on suspicion of misconduct in public office, revealed in the Epstein files. Now, detectives are searching 2 addresses that are linked to Andrew. The same police agency that arrested Andrew previously said that was, quote, assessing reports about Andrew being linked to Jeffrey Epstein. And just minutes ago, King Charles released a statement saying, quote, the law must take its course. Right now, Tyler police are investigating a deadly crash between a driver and a pedestrian. The crash happened shortly before 4 yesterday afternoon in the front of the Family Dollar on East Gentry Parkway. Police say the woman was hit by a car and taken to the hospital, where she later died. The driver was also taken to the hospital with injuries that are not believed to be life-threatening. Police have not released the identities of those involved or what led up to the crash. And this morning, we are learning more about another deadly pedestrian crash in Palestine. The woman who died has been identified as an attorney from Washington, D.C. According to Palestine police, the woman's name was Elizabeth Poxtis. Now, we're told that she was in East Texas assisting inmates at the Texas Department of Criminal Justice Tennessee Colony Unit and was part of the Innocence Project. Her death is raising questions now about pedestrian safety in Palestine.
Of course, accidents do happen, but a lot of what we're seeing is avoidable. So, you know, don't wear dark clothing at night if you're going to be on foot. We'll do our part to kind of just be out and about and looking for these pedestrians. I think it's certainly something we have to put on our radar.
And this isn't just a Palestine issue. The Texas Department of Public Safety reports that 1,000 pedestrians were killed on Texas roads last year, and 3 out of 4 of those deaths happened at night. Chief Harcrow says that it's a stark reminder of just how dangerous our roads can be for people on foot, especially after dark. Investigators in the Nancy Guthrie case appear to have hit a wall. Every piece of video that they have from the night that the 84-year-old went missing is video they've shown to the public.
And authorities are now hoping tech giant Google can help recover more information from Guthrie's home security cameras as the desperate search now enters its 19th day. Here's Jared Hill.
Nearly 3 weeks into the search for 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie, the Pima County Sheriff says this disturbing doorbell video of a masked suspect is the only video they've recovered so far. As Google engineers work to recover footage from other cameras on the property, investigators continue to follow other leads.
We run all leads down until we have no more lead, and that's, 30,000, 40,000 of them.
Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos to the BBC after DNA from a glove found near Guthrie's home didn't match the FBI's criminal database. He says they're now turning to commercial genealogy sites.
911, is this a police, fire, medical emergency?
911 dispatchers around Tucson are adapting their questions as they say thousands of calls for tips continue to flood in.
So at this time, we're not taking any tips unless it's a possible location or suspect information.
The FBI is also visiting gun stores in the area, trying to see if the suspect seen at Guthrie's door bought a gun or even the holster nearby. Meanwhile, investigators are using signal sniffer technology to pick up pings from Guthrie's pacemaker.
They transmit every 2 to 3 minutes, and you're able to pick this specific signal up from hundreds of feet away up in the air. You can definitely leverage sensitive tools to home in on this range.
All hands on deck in the desperate search for answers. Jared Hill, CBS News.
Well, there are now multiple rewards available in exchange for critical information. In this case, the FBI is now offering a $100,000 reward and an additional $102,500 from that Crime Stopper line. Meanwhile, the man accused in a deadly Tyler road rage shooting came face to face with a judge for the first time.
What should we do regarding a lawyer in your case?
My family's still looking, but so court appointed.
Okay, we can take care of that for you.
Dayton Morgan appeared in court yesterday where he was asked for and was granted a court-appointed attorney. Prosecutors say he shot and killed Trevor Julian after a confrontation near the intersection of East Grande Boulevard and Biloxi Drive on Friday. Investigators say Julian was approaching Morgan's vehicle when shots were fired. Morgan is now charged with murder, and he's still behind bars in the Smith County Jail, held on a $1 million bond. 7:14 now. There's a new name at the helm of Winsboro ISD's police department.
Yeah, this comes after district leaders held a regular school board meeting to discuss the future of the department. CBS 19's Robert De La Garza was at that meeting where the decision was made and has the latest update.
That meeting wrapped up earlier Wednesday evening, and on the agenda, the Winsboro ISD School Board took up several items, including hiring a new police chief, and the school board unanimously voted 6-0 to hire Greg Hollingsworth for that role.
Hollingsworth is the WISD police chief.
Second. Motion is second. All those in favor show of hands. Motion carries 6-0.
The move comes after the district's former police chief, Heath Guy, was placed on administrative leave and later terminated amid investigations involving Winsboro ISD leadership. Those investigations have already led to the arrest of Superintendent Aaron Nation, who remains on administrative leave, and former Superintendent Brian David Wilcox, both accused in a case involving alleged failures to report multiple incidents of child abuse.
Again, I'm not happy that the previous chief was let go. I'm still not certain about the reasons behind that, and I don't like that we don't know. But that is a given. I think this choice was a good one, and seems like it'll be a good way to move forward.
Wednesday, the district also touched on their decision last week to cancel their current contract with LiveTouch following alleged connections involving their parent company's former CEO being mentioned in newly released Epstein files. The district wrote in a statement, "The district is actively seeking a new photography provider. Parents will be notified once spring pictures are rescheduled." In his first board meeting since being appointed interim superintendent, Jeff Conovan explained why the district decided to cut ties with LiveTouch.
So our attendance was not going to be good. We were going to have this past Monday pictures at the elementary school. And I talked to the principal, it didn't look like there was going to be many people show up. So I think between the rumors, whether it found it or not, and the absences of missing pictures, that was the right decision to make.
So I did reach out to the district before and after Wednesday's meeting, including interim superintendent and several board members for comment, but they all declined interviews. I spoke to parents who say that they feel like the district is moving in the right direction, but past baggage still worries them, and they would like to see more change within the board. Reporting in Winsboro, Robert De La Garza, CBS 19.
7:17, welcome back. Time now for your morning headlines. Rescue crews have found the 8 bodies of backcountry skiers killed in an avalanche near Lake Tahoe and continue to search for a 9th. That group was taking part in a 3-day guided ski trip in the Castle Peak area when an intense snowstorm moved in on Tuesday, dumping several feet of snow. 6 other members of the group were found alive. Meanwhile, Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg took the witness stand this week in a trial that centers on allegations that a number of social media products, including YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, are intentionally addictive. This case was brought by a now 20-year-old plaintiff who says she started using Instagram at a young age and became addicted. Zuckerberg pushed back against the claims that his company is designed to be harmful to children and said Meta is focused on building a community that is sustainable. Brad Rees, grandson of the inventor of Reese's peanut butter cups, is accusing Hershey's of quietly switching up the candy's ingredients and eroding the brand. On LinkedIn, Rees alleged the company had replaced the milk chocolate with compound coatings and peanut butter with a peanut butter style cream across multiple products. In a statement to CBS News, Hershey said it sometimes makes products recipes adjustments, although it noted that Reese's peanut butter cups are made the same way they always have been.
Well, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is helping put fresh, healthy food on the table for families across the area. And tomorrow they're teaming up with their partners at the East Texas Food Bank for a community produce distribution. It'll be held at the church on North Broadway starting at 10 a.m. And according to the East Texas Food Bank, the church has already been distributing fruits and vegetables for several months now, but it's ready to reach more East Texans in need.
All right, the Olympics are in full swing right now, and every day we're hearing stories about some of the world's greatest and best athletes. But enough about them, right? We want to know about you. If every day were the Olympics, what would you gold in?
You would be typing fast.
I would, and loud. Let me turn it off real quick. All you hear in the newsroom is
loud.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of writing that goes on here at CBS19.
There is.
It's very passionate.
It's passion. I love a loud keyboard. I don't know what it is, but I love a loud keyboard.
It makes you feel like you're accomplishing something.
Makes me feel productive.
My typing skills aren't that good. I mean, they're decent, I taught myself. I don't know, making coffee, drinking coffee, being a mom. That's what I want to go gold in.
Being a mom. You already won it.
I hope so. Kiddos, I hope you think that.
I would say, like, back when I had a yard, mow the lawn.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Really good at that. I was going to say giving us the weather.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Go gold in that.
I try my best.
The little thing.
Kristen said online shopping.
Ooh, that's dangerous.
I'm really bad at that, so that would not be me.
That is dangerous.
And then Ray said speed talking to a neighbor to avoid conversation runs into the house.
Go.
I love it. All right, we want to hear from you. Go over to our Facebook page. What are you going gold in? What are you really good at, basically, so we're asking.
Racing down the street. Not really.
You don't want to. Yeah, you don't want to do that. Hey, speaking of which, let's get into traffic this morning. Don't be racing down the street. Be very careful on the roadways, even though they are in good shape right now. 2 hours over to Dallas, hour and 30 minutes over to Shreveport. Some very standard numbers out there on I-20. Not looking too bad. Nice smooth sailing so far there. And also US 69, 2.5 hours up to Denison with an hour and 30 minutes down south into Lufkin. You are good to go there. 55 minutes from Jacksonville to Nacogdoches, as well as Tyler to Palestine. Those are both 55 minutes at this point. 40 minutes from Tyler to Longview and 45 minutes from Tyler to Athens. Not bad at all. And CBS 19 Live Radar is not picking up on anything this morning. That's some good news there. It is gloomy, though, and a little bit foggy in some parts of the area, mainly across deep East Texas. Look at the visibilities in Center, San Augustine, Crockett, 3 to 4 mile visibilities there. Nothing to really impact you greatly, but you'll notice some haziness to the air as you head out the door. I am giving you green lights. I think you're going to be okay for this morning, and we'll be definitely okay for the afternoon. The clouds will be disappearing. We'll have a lot more sunshine. Highs in the low 80s. I'll be back with that full forecast coming up, but for now, let's get into sports.
It's time for CBS 19 Sports.
Well, hello and welcome to Sports. I'm Jimmy Searfoss. I'm glad you're with us because yesterday TJC softball absolutely demoralized their opponent in a doubleheader. Now we got a doubleheader on the basketball court for TJC. Hey, ladies first, please. Apaches trailing Panola College 67-50 to start that fourth quarter, but you know TJC ain't going down without a fight. Monica Botley pulling up from 3 here. That one's good. Next possession, Alea Campbell keeps the momentum rolling, getting that one at the rim, finishing with the layup, and you know what? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Campbell attacking from the same spot. Same shot. This one goes in and foul gets called. Things getting a little interesting. Breaking Benola's press here. Kennedy Johnson flying to the lane for two. TJC getting a ton from the transition. Buckets in the fourth. Botley again, another easy layup in to go, please. Sophomore getting her fingerprints all over it, crossing it up. Bang! Another one. Foot was on the line though. That's a long two. Inside, outside. Botley's everywhere. Spin cycle. This one's good and in the net for another one. If you're hot, you're hot. Despite the efforts though, from Botley, TJC falls to Panola College 86-78.
We're saying the same thing over and over again. They've got to play harder. We're going to have to execute. We're going to have to play more than one and done basketball. But until they do those things and decide, hey, we have to do this to survive, we're going to come short. And we've got to get those kids to buy into that. And I think having buy-in this late in the season, those kids are going to have to get on the floor and do that. But they're capable of doing it.
Ladies going to try to get back in that win column at home Saturday against Blinn. The men, though, looking to clean things up, welcoming Angelina College to the Rose City Wagstaff Gymnasium. Early on, Roadrunners had it working from the outside. Here's Clarence Paella. Catch, shoot, swish, right side of the court. Apaches looking to get on the board here. Give it to Chris Uweo, the junior, hitting a fadeaway mid-range jumper. Angelina College responds, 6'10 freshman. Sheik Dibakate. How about that for the big man? And how about that for my pronunciation? Beautiful shot going for two. TJC getting some more help from guard play. Here's Caden Bell stepping back, putting three to go. So smooth. That shot is difficult, people. Apaches back at it again. Kid's just a tough shot maker. Chris Uweo, junior, still doing his thing. Rattles this one down and in, hitting the deck and still converting. But this is very much anyone's ball game early on. Milton Rice, the third, steps back with the pull-up. Jay sinks it. TJC responds via another step back. Xander Frazier. And after being tied after 11 minutes, the Apaches go on and take this one 59-46. Well, everyone knows the Dallas Cowboys and the Brian Schottenheimer are in need of some big-time help. That defense was one of the worst in team history last year. And, you know, they've had to break up with a few defensive coordinators these last few years, ones that they probably shouldn't have swiped right on. Y'all remember Mike Zimmer came back to be the DC in 2024. That one was ugly. Should have swiped left there. Matt Eberflus, supposed to be defensive mastermind, worst defense in the NFL. Swipe left. And, oh, my goodness, Christian Parker, never been a defensive coordinator, but the Dallas Cowboys swiped major right on this one, largely because of Brian Schottenheimer and the way he talked about him in the introductory press conference yesterday. This might have been a match made in heaven.
No, we met when we had joint practice when I was in Denver in 2022. There was like a little coaches mixer at Ocean Prime out there in the Denver Tech area. We met real quick.
See how smart he is? I wouldn't remember that.
Yeah, we met real quick.
This is a name that I've had in my notebook for the last couple of years. You know, people just kept talking about this guy from Denver and Green Bay originally, but Denver and then in Philadelphia, you know, and so he was a name that I'd been, you know, hearing a lot about for a long time.
Get you someone that looks at you the way Shotty looks at Parker here. Parker is the youngest defensive coordinator in Cowboys history. Hey, the Mavericks have decided to not bring back Kyrie Irving from injury for the rest of the season. The star guard from the Mavericks has been healing from a torn ACL since March of last year. Dallas is currently 12th in the West and well below 500. He was supposed to come back for the second half of the season. That's no longer happening. Well, that's all I got for you. Morning, y'all.
Good morning, y'all. I'm Dana Dixon.
And I'm Jesus Martinez. Thank you for joining us for this news update. Tyler police are investigating a deadly crash between a driver and a pedestrian. The crash happened shortly before 4 yesterday afternoon in front of the Family Dollar on East Gentry Parkway. Police say the woman was hit by a car and taken to the hospital where she later died. That driver was also taken to the hospital with injuries that are believed to be non-life threatening. Police have not released any identities of those involved or what led up to that crash. This morning, we're also learning more about another deadly crash, this time in Palestine.
The woman who died has been identified as an attorney from Washington, D.C. According to Palestine police, the woman's name was Elizabeth Poxtis, and we're told she was in East Texas assisting inmates at the Texas Department of Criminal Justice Tennessee Colony Unit and was part of the Innocence Project. Her death is raising new questions about pedestrian safety in Palestine.
Of course, accidents do happen, but a lot of what we're seeing is avoidable. So, you know, don't wear dark clothing at night if you're going to be on foot. We'll do our part to kind of just be out and about and looking for these pedestrians. I think it's certainly something we have to put on our radar.
And this isn't just a Palestine issue. The Texas Department of Public Safety reports that 1,000 pedestrians were killed on Texas roads last year, and 3 out of 4 of those deaths happened at night. Chief Arcro says it's a stark reminder of how dangerous our roads can be for people on foot, especially after dark.
The man accused in a deadly Tyler road rage shooting came face-to-face with a judge for the first time. Dayton Morgan appeared in court and was granted a court-appointed attorney. Prosecutors say he shot and killed Trevor Julian during a confrontation near East Grande Boulevard and Biloxi Drive last Friday as Julian approached Morgan's vehicle. Morgan is charged with murder and remains in the Smith County Jail on a $1 million bond.
All right, let's get a check of your weather. It's unseasonably warm out there this morning, Joel.
Absolutely, and a little bit on the gloomy side as well. We'll end up with some sunny skies, luckily, for this afternoon. Temperatures already at 1 o'clock at 80 degrees. I think we'll have a chance to be in the low to mid 80s for this afternoon with a little bit more sunshine. It's going to be a very beautiful day, but for this morning, we're starting out in the 60s. Could have a couple of showers across deep East Texas, but by and large here, by the second half of this morning, most of us should be within some sunny conditions and temperatures in the 70s. Then we'll continue to climb into the low 80s from there into the afternoon with sunshine continuing to overspread the area. Then a few additional showers into Friday morning, mainly across deep East Texas. Temperatures starting out in the 40s and 50s. We'll end up with some mainly cloudy conditions through your Friday. Highs in the upper 50s and low to mid 60s. And then we'll drop down even more into the 40s by the time we get to Saturday morning. There could be a couple showers also into Saturday morning, but by the afternoon we should be good to go. And we'll have plenty of sunshine for Saturday afternoon and highs a little bit cooler in the middle to upper 60s. Here's your 7-day forecast. We will have a chance for, again, some morning showers on Saturday. Then we'll cool down even more into Sunday and Monday with highs near 58 to 59. Very temporary, though, as we climb our way back into the 80s by Wednesday.
.32 this morning. Welcome back to Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus.
This is what's coming up in our second half hour. Wildfires are ravaging the Panhandle in Texas while firefighters struggle for control over those blazes.
In a courtroom showdown in Los Angeles, Mark Zuckerberg testifies in a case that could reshape how social media platforms protect young users. What's at stake? Coming up.
And we've been tracking it all week. Our next cold front moving into the area for today. We'll have some much cooler temperatures and some rain chances heading into the weekend. We'll break all of that down coming up in your forecast later this half hour.
Together, we're putting East Texas first. You're watching Morning Yard on CBS 19 Plus.
Good Thursday morning, y'all. I'm Dana Dixon.
And I'm Jesus Martinez. Thank you so much for joining us on CBS 19 Plus.
A landmark trial on social media addiction is underway this week. Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg took the stand yesterday to fight off allegations that Instagram was intentionally designed to be addictive, especially to kids.
TikTok and Snapchat were also named in that lawsuit, but they settled before the trial. Now, this is a trial that could affect hundreds of other cases by families who say their children have been harmed or even died because of social media. Reed Binion reports.
Mark Zuckerberg walked in the front door of the Los Angeles Superior Courthouse Wednesday morning and walked out the back door that afternoon. In the intervening hours, the Meta CEO took the stand in a landmark trial. Zuckerberg testified before a jury for the first time ever about accusations that social media, including Instagram, is harmful to children's mental health. A 20-year-old woman identified only as Kaylee accuses Meta and YouTube of designing addictive features that hooked her as a small child, causing anxiety, depression, and body dysmorphia. Meta denies those allegations and says it's implemented numerous measures to safeguard young users. At the core of Zuckerberg's testimony were questions about what Meta knew about the potential risks to young people and whether it did enough to mitigate them. Before Wednesday's proceedings began, nearly a dozen parents who say their children were harmed gathered and joined hands outside the courthouse. After Zuckerberg's testimony, parents spoke to the press. Some expressed frustration.
I don't have any satisfaction. It's very similar to what happened in Congress 2 years ago when he swore under oath.
But there was also an acknowledgement of the importance of this moment in the landmark trial.
Today was the most important day for us to understand the truth of what happened and what was known.
I believe that there will be change.
I'm Reed Binion reporting.
A Meta spokesperson has said in part that they are, quote, confident the evidence will show our longstanding commitment to supporting young people, end quote. Meanwhile, YouTube, which is owned by the parent company of Google, also denies the lawsuit's claims.
Here in Texas, firefighters are battling multiple fires in the Panhandle this morning. Mandatory evacuation orders were issued for the Lavender Fire, which is burning in Oldham County. And according to the Texas A&M Forest Service, the fire has burned over 12,000 acres now with only 20% containment. In Armstrong County, evacuation orders have also been issued for the 8-Ball Fire. That blaze has charred at least 9,000 acres and was 40% contained as of this morning. Strong winds have helped spread those fires. We know several East Texas fire departments were asked by the Texas Interstate Fire Mutual Aid System to stage and be ready to help.
7:36 now. One person has died after a fire tore through a vacant motel in Polk County. Multiple fire departments were called out to the Seven Oaks Inn along Highway 59 in Seven Oaks on Tuesday morning. Fire officials say that building was already fully engulfed when crews got there, prompting additional departments to respond. The motel was no longer operating and did not have any power, and investigators say someone had been living inside. That person was later found dead by the Polk County Fire Marshal. Authorities say no foul play is suspected and the fire is believed to be accidental.
A Dangerfield man is facing charges this morning in connection to a pedestrian crash. Investigators say the victim was working on his disabled 18-wheeler when the vehicle hit him. He was taken to the hospital. Authorities later identified the driver as 65-year-old John Dupriest Jr. Well, it's been 1 week since two 14-year-olds were shot on West Gentry in Tyler, and no arrests have been made. According to Tyler police, the shooting happened just after 9 o'clock last Wednesday near a gas station along West Gentry. Investigators say both teens are still recovering. One shot multiple times in the leg, the other hit in the arm. Police believe a white vehicle fled the area, and they say someone out there knows something. Detectives, that is, are now renewing their call for the public's help, urging anyone with information to come forward. And if you saw anything that night, or maybe you have video from the area, you are asked to call Tyler Police.
With less than 2 weeks until Election Day, Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett was in Austin, her latest stop in her campaign. Her visit and discussion is part of the LBJ Schools conversations with Evan Smith's series, drawing a crowd of both students and voters. The stop in Austin comes amid continued discussion surrounding her primary opponent, State Representative James Tallarico, in his interview on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert earlier this week. Colbert says CBS Network blocked it from airing, so the show opted instead to post it on YouTube. CBS says it did not stop the interview from airing, but however provided legal guidance that broadcasting it could trigger the Federal Communication Commission's equal time rule.
You know, for those that are on the other side of the aisle and they're okay with putting certain voices on mute, I want them to think about if the tables were turned and whether or not they would be okay with it. And if you're not okay with it happening to you, then you shouldn't be okay with it happening to anyone else.
Meanwhile, FCC Chairman Brendan Carr fired back against the claims made by Colbert, calling it a hoax.
Well, this morning, after nearly 30 years, 4 men finally have the chance to be exonerated in Austin's yogurt shop murders. A Texas judge is set to consider a formal declaration of innocence for the men who were wrongfully accused of murdering 14 girls. Back in 1991, one of those men has died. It was a crime that haunted Austin for decades, but cold case detectives announced last year they had connected those killings to a suspect who died in a standoff with police in Missouri in 1999. That hearing begins at 9 this morning. A Texas dentist is facing serious allegations while caring for children.
Yeah, she's been charged with treating patients and performing surgery while intoxicated. Drew Mowry has the details.
It's definitely a very unusual case.
One Sherman police haven't seen before. Around noon Monday, a pediatric dental office reported an incident out of the ordinary.
The caller alleged that there was a dentist practicing and showing signs of intoxication.
When officers arrived to Pediatric Dentistry of Sherman off Loy Lake Road, that is exactly what they saw.
They found Kelly Buck, who did exhibit signs of intoxication, failed the field sobriety test. She was ultimately arrested for performing surgery while intoxicated and taken to the Grayson County Jail.
36-year-old Buck has been a licensed dentist in the state of Texas since 2016 and has a clean disciplinary action file. Regardless, Sherman police reinforce that they take this matter seriously.
Very serious, especially if you were the patient or the victim in this case, and for the whole practice as well. So we're thankful that we were notified and were able to prevent a dangerous situation from continuing.
Buck, who resides in Plano, was released Tuesday after posting $10,000 bond.
Now, police didn't say if the dentist appeared to be intoxicated by alcohol or drugs. Now, if convicted, she faces up to 2 years in prison. A Texas figure skater coach is jailed on child sex crimes. Police in Allen, that's near Dallas, say 47-year-old Benjamin Schwartz was arrested on February 17th and is charged with indecency with a child and sexual assault. Investigators say the case started after allegations that he had inappropriate relationships with 2 athletes he coached, including one who was a minor. Schwartz has been affiliated with the Dallas Figure Skating Club. He remains at the Collin County Detention Center on a $100,000 bond.
Well, we are getting close to the morning rush hour on Broadway. We're kind of in the middle of it right now. And if you've ever driven down it, you probably expect traffic, but new data shows that Broadway is no longer one of the most congested in Texas. CBS 19's Nayeli Carrillo explains why and why some drivers say it just doesn't feel that way.
For many, Broadway Avenue means one thing.
Traffic is definitely ridiculous.
5 years ago, the road ranked among the 50 most congested according to TxDOT. This year, it's ranked 120th, the lowest position yet.
Oh, that may not sound great, and a lot of people may not necessarily agree with that number, but for multiple years, South Broadway's been in that top 100 list.
Cameron Williams, Director of Engineering Services with the City of Tyler, says they've been working on improvement, reducing congestion and delay, and they have the data to back it up. But residents say
Broadway has gotten worse. It's gotten way worse. I mean, there's way more people here than there's way more businesses. It's just way big. It's grown a lot.
In the mornings,
pretty bad.
Around here, yeah, pretty bad. And then like around 5 p.m. when everyone gets off of work, that's when it gets bad.
Both Richard and Eladio say sometimes it comes down to avoiding Broadway altogether during peak hours.
I think it is the worst in Texas. I mean, I don't go into a lot of other areas, but it's ridiculous. We need some like Jetson vehicles so we could just fly above it.
It could be a lot worse, and so I think that's a positive message.
To keep the road from climbing back up the rankings, the city is preparing its next phase of signal retiming, along with additional mobility projects aimed at creating more alternate routes. In Tyler, Nayeli Carrillo, CBS 19.
All right, 7:42 this morning, still ahead. It is a battle over boneless wings. One customer sues Buffalo Wild Wings, claiming the name is misleading. The court weighs in, and you'll want to hear what they'll have to say.
Top Gun Maverick star Glenn Powell is stepping into a very different role in his latest movie. Powell is a Texan who grew up down the road in Austin. Rick DeMagella reports.
Since the day I was born, my mother told me we were different. Yes, she had been disowned by her family, but someday I would become the sole heir. The real estate, planes, an island or two.
Glenn Powell plays a man out to claim his family's fortune in How to Make a Killing.
Whatever happened to the Redfellow family fortune?
I'll inherit it. Someday. His mother was part of this family, and to have him was sort of cast out, and her last dying wish was to basically get what he deserves in terms of the wealth of this family. And so he sees an opportunity to essentially systematically start taking out all of his heirs to get $28 billion.
And so he decides to take the bull by the horns and kill off everyone in line to the fortune ahead of him in order to get the fortune. And he does so over kind of a long period of time. So it's sort of like, I don't know, it's like American Psycho meets Forrest Gump or something.
Been occupied.
With what?
Occupations.
She's at a bit of a crossroads in her life, and I think she's actually looking for an out in the relationship, and that's when Beckett comes into her life. Right person. No, wrong person, wrong time. Wrong person, wrong time.
Have you heard about the Redfellows?
What about them?
I wonder who's next.
In Hollywood, I'm Rick DeMagella.
Ooh, it looks like a good one.
does.
It's not the rom-com or like that you're used to.
It's
him being
different
in.
for him.
It is
I
different
like
for
that.
him. I did like him in Top Gun Maverick, though.
He was also in the new
He was in
Twister
Twisters.
movie.
He
Yes.
was in Twisters. He was
so good.
Yeah, that was
That
not
was
bad.
good.
All right, I'm going to watch it for sure. Well, the start of Lent is bringing higher prices to seafood markets. It is. In southeast Louisiana, in Slidell, a January cold snap has slowed crawfish production and pushed prices to nearly $7 a pound. Yikes. Market owners say the supply crunch comes at a critical time as Ash Wednesday just marked the start of the busy Lenten season. Vendors are hopeful that the catch will increase as temperatures stabilize. For Catholics, the 40-day period means swapping meat for seafood every Friday until Easter. So this is going to be tough.
See, relatively,
Oh, wow.
the $7 a pound is cheap compared to what I paid this weekend.
What did you pay?
$12 a pound.
For crawfish?
Yes.
Wow.
I
Oh, that's
love
It was
right.
good, but it's still early in the season.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
So-
this is about the time it's supposed to get going. I
Yeah.
love crawfish. The work that it takes, if someone else wants to like
See-
peel it and give it to me, I'm all about it.
That's what I do. You know, order a drink on the side, do the work, and peel it, and then you just munch at the end.
I know, but then they get cold anyways.
Not if it's warm in there.
Yeah.
We'll see. All right, check this out. An Illinois judge has ruled that a case against the Buffalo Wild Wings has no meat on its bones. A man, yes, he filed a lawsuit after ordering the chain's boneless wings back in 2023, claiming the product is deceptive because it's made with chicken breast, not with wings that are deboned. In the judge's decision, the judge said the man did not drum up enough evidence to back the claim, and that the term is just a fancy little name. It's not actually deceptive. Lots of chains do this,
I'm still eating it. It's
Right?
so good.
I know.
I love boneless wings. Those are my favorite.
It's no big deal to me.
A lot of work to get this tiny little meat off that bone.
Exactly. See, I agree with you on that one. Boneless is just the best.
But if I'm doing it, I'm going for the flats. But I most prefer boneless wings.
Flavor?
And I like just how it is.
Any flavors?
Oh, just regular. I like the traditional.
You like the traditional? I like that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. When it comes to bone-in wings, I'm not one to really get my hands dirty very much.
Right.
So
And you're really not gonna like crawfish.
Yeah. No, not at all.
Have you had crawfish?
No, I have not. I'm not much of a seafood guy anyway.
You're gonna take him on a road trip.
We're gonna take him on a road trip. All right.
Well, today your road trip's gonna be kind of gloomy, at least for right now.
At least for right now. This afternoon, it'll definitely be a different story. Temperatures, boy, they are nice and warm out there, spring-like, if you will. How about temperatures in the upper 60s to low 70s? That's going to be the case for today until we get that cold front to come through. And then we'll be dropping into the 60s for this weekend alongside some shower chances as well. But just a gloomy picture out there on our Tyler cam looking south on Broadway, really starting to increase that traffic at this point. The temperature right now is 69 degrees in Tyler. We have 70 Crockett, Nacogdoches, Lufkin, and even Carthage, up to 70 degrees at this point. 69 the current temperature in Longview and 68 in Jacksonville. It is a very nice morning. You might not even need a coat this morning, and especially into this afternoon. Winds are also easing up as well, between 5 and 10 miles per hour, maybe the occasional gust up to about 17 miles per hour, maybe even up to 20 miles per hour further to the north where some of that drier air is. Got some fire weather risks across Oklahoma and into Texas, into the panhandle, I should say. But for here in East Texas, still going to remain on the humid side. We'll have a little bit more sunshine through the rest of this morning and into the afternoon. Temperatures up to 81 degrees by 2 o'clock. I think we'll have a chance to see 82. And then we have a cold front coming through later this evening into the overnight. Temperatures dropping to the upper 40s and low 50s. We'll see 60s for the afternoon. That will continue into your Saturday with a few shower chances in the morning. And there will be some cooler temperatures than that coming up for the second half of the weekend. I'll show you that 7-day forecast after the break.
Welcome back, 7:50. Now time for your Thursday morning health check. Breast cancer screening can increase the survival rate for women with stage 4 breast cancer by 60%. A King's College London study found that women whose cancer was detected through screening were much more likely to live 10 years past their diagnosis compared with women whose cancer wasn't detected through screening. The findings show even with some late-stage cancer screening, it can be life-saving. More and more people are relying on AI chatbots to help with loneliness. But a new paper published by the Cell Press says that the chatbots reminding people that they're talking to an AI may not be helpful. Public health researchers say reminding someone who already feels isolated that their only source of support isn't a human may backfire and make them feel even more alone. Well, if you've been struggling to stay active, there's a new trend making workouts feel a lot more like playtime. CBS's Tina Kraus shows us how some trainers are turning back time to get people fit.
Welcome to Cadoting. Come in. In this fitness class, grown-ups are not allowed. We're going to play Stuck in the Mud. Let's go. It's all about channeling your inner child. How's that heart rate? We feeling a little warmer? David Lloyd clubs in the UK are giving members a chance to relive their younger years.
There we go.
With playground games. Who remembers the parachute? That make working out fun again. If you're yellow, you're going to be, should we be a banana? All childhood favorites. Blueberry! Most people haven't played since grade school. There's a hurricane, so we're going faster! Keep them on, keep them on! How's your heart rate?
really fast.
This throwback trend has a name.
Kidulting, so it's the joy of being a kid as an adult.
It's a little bit of a mental trick because I'm not realizing how much time is going by.
Exactly.
What's the time, Mr. Wolf? Dinner time!
Research shows when exercise is playful,
That's good. Oh, it's quick, isn't it?
people are far more likely to make it a habit.
I think it just kind of gives you a chance to reminisce. It also gives you a chance to sort of revisit that period of your life which you thought was gone and you're not going to get back.
Bake me a cake as fast as you can. Trainers say kidulting works anywhere if you just keep playing.
Go. 10 seconds. Let's pick them up, pick them up, pick them up.
Because being a kid never gets old. Tina Kraus, CBS News, London.
Research seems to back the idea of kidulting. The National Institutes of Health say that adults who engage in playful, childlike activities report better cognitive function and memory as they age. Let's get a check of your weather now. Doesn't feel like winter out there, Joel?
No, not at all. Hey, by the way, you want to play some tag after this?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, that sounds like a lot of fun for sure. I definitely am I'm a kid at heart for sure. We'll see some sunshine for this afternoon. Definitely a great day for recess, right? 80s by 1 o'clock, upper 70s by the time we get to 5 o'clock. Got some very gloomy conditions, but rest assured we'll get some sunshine for the afternoon and some rain chances entering the area by tomorrow and especially into Saturday as a cold front swings through. We'll have some cooler temperatures, of course, behind this cold front, but for the first time in a while, several weeks, we will be a little bit below average for Sunday and into Monday. So that's how much of a cool down we're going to be seeing. We'll have a little bit more sunshine thanks to some high pressure off to the north. Let's take a look at future skycast. So off to a very warm start for this morning, 60s to near 70. A few showers could be a possibility here across deep East Texas, but for the rest of us, we should be in good shape. We'll have plenty of sunshine overhead. Temperatures in the low to mid 80s for the afternoon. That cold front moving in a little bit closer. We'll start off the day on Friday a little bit cooler for some of us in the low to mid 40s. Upper 50s to low 60s across deep East Texas. The cold front will basically be draped right across East Texas by Friday morning, so you'll notice a big temperature difference across the area. Also resulting out of that, a few showers across parts of deep East Texas. Will be in the 50s to near 60 for Friday afternoon, and then we'll have a few showers possible into Saturday morning before we get in on some more sunshine for the afternoon. Temperatures will climb to the middle to upper 60s. Rainfall not looking too impressive here. Trace amounts up to 1/10 of an inch, and that's it. All these showers that we'll be developing will be very, very brief. And then again, we'll be cooling down even more after this first cool down into tomorrow. Upper 50s to low 60s for Sunday and Monday. Very temporary though, because we will be right back up to the upper 60s for Tuesday and then 80s for Wednesday.
All right, Joel, thanks so much. The Olympics are in full swing right now, and every day we're hearing stories about all the great athletes that are out there. I wish I could be as good as them, but I don't even know how to skate. So, on the other hand, we want to know if our everyday life was an Olympic sport, what would you gold in?
I said I would hope that it's being a mom.
Yes. One thing we talked about is Dana doing her makeup like that.
Quick. I can
She
get
is
in and
quick.
get out. I'm also good at getting my hair straight, even on days like today, because it's not straight. It's a little curly and wild.
It's a little wild. Yeah, you're going to need the hairspray for today.
I'll say probably for another one for mine would be planning. Everything has to be on, like,
You're a
not
good
an
planner.
activity, but a good planner. Like, we'll do this at this, that at that time, we'll do this, I'll do that today, I'll do that tomorrow.
I'm kind of fly by your seat of your
Yeah.
pants sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
What about you?
I hope that I hope that I gold in encouragement. I try to encourage
That's
people,
good.
you know.
Very good.
We all need a little bit of encouragement
I
every
like
now
what
and then.
Sissy says.
Yeah.
She says, putting things where they belong after others.
Please.
Yeah. Just
Put it up where they goes.
cleaning up after yourself. Yeah.
And then this is Matthew, being the best at pointing out the usual suspects. And then Lisa says, just lying around.
Just lying around. Nothing good with a good lie around day.
Yeah, it's so nice.
It's
We gotta have
relaxing.
those occasionally.
We are.
I'm done.
We're about to step away for a quick moment while we do our over-the-air broadcast with a very quick news update.
We'll be right back.
Good morning, all. I'm Jesus Martinez.
And I'm Dana Dixon. Thanks so much for being with us for this news update.
Well, there's a new name leading the Winsboro ISD's police department today.
Yeah, the board voted unanimously to hire Greg Hollingsworth as the district's new police chief. The decision to hire Hollingsworth comes after former chief Heath Guy was placed on administrative leave and then later terminated amid investigations involving Winsboro ISD. Those investigations have already led to the arrest of Superintendent Aaron Nation, who remains on administrative leave, and former Superintendent Brian David Wilcox, both accused of in a case involving alleged failures to report multiple incidents of child abuse. Well, the city of Rusk is taking the next step in reshaping its police department after the firing of former police chief Scott Higney. City leaders have approved a 3-month contract with executive consultant Michael Alexander. He's tasked with reviewing department policies, evaluating daily operations, and helping the city prepare to hire a new permanent police chief. The contract pays $12,000 a month plus housing. City leaders say the goal now is to bring back stability to the department as they search for new leadership.
Well, right now, the mornings are the middle of a rush hour period, and it can be bumper to bumper on Broadway Avenue in Tyler. 5 years ago, that road ranked among the top 50 most congested in the state. According to Textile, this year, Broadway dropped to number 120. City leaders say the improvement comes from years of planning and traffic resignal timing and through Tyler's intelligent transportation system. The city also says those changes are saving drivers hundreds of thousands of hours in traffic each year. Still, some drivers say the congestion during peak hours has not gone away.
It is the worst in Texas. I mean, I don't go into a lot of other areas, but it's ridiculous.
Understand that there's congestion and there's frustration. And I think to be able to say that, hey, we've continued to see Tyler grow over the past several years, and the fact that we are not getting worse on our traffic standpoint from what the numbers show, that we're continuing to try to improve that.
Officials acknowledge their frustration, but data shows there is some progress.
And hopefully we'll have some progress in the way of our weather
Hopefully
soon, because it's a little crummy out there right now.
Yeah, for now, we're still dealing with some cloudy skies by the afternoon. That's going to be definitely a different story. We'll see a lot more sunshine, clear skies, in fact. Temperatures at spring-like levels in the upper 70s to low 80s. Already off to some spring-like levels this morning in the 60s. We could have a couple of showers across deep East Texas, but for the rest of us, we should be nice and dry. We'll have much sunshine to go around. We got upper 70s to low 80s for the afternoon, and then 40s and 50s as we start out our Friday. We got a cold front coming in. It'll be right across East Texas by the time we get to Friday morning. A few showers off to the south, 60s for the afternoon on Friday. And then we're dropping even more into the 40s for the overnight into Saturday morning. Then 60s and near 70 for Saturday. And we'll cool down into the upper 50s by Sunday and Monday. All right, welcome back, everybody. Here is one more look outside. Definitely a gloomy start to the day. Got a little bit of haze out there too, but rest assured we'll get in on some sunshine for the afternoon. Temperatures as you're stepping outside are in the upper 60s to low 70s. Is it spring? I don't even know. Summer? Definitely feeling like it out there. We'll be in the low 80s before we know it. Into this afternoon with a little bit more sunshine. We'll be cooling back down though into tomorrow and into this weekend. 60s for Friday and Saturday, then upper 50s. By the time we get to Sunday and Monday, that actually is slightly below average for this time of year. It's very temporary though. We'll be back into the 80s by next week. It's almost symmetrical. The 82 and the 80, it's crazy.
Little valley in there.
Little valley in there for sure.
We'll take it. All right, check this out. The Olympics are in full swing in Milan. Much colder there than it is here right now. But for these American students, a familiar face is gracing the screen.
It's just crazy to me. Jess is a really good friend of mine.
Skiers and snowboarders alike watched their classmate Jessica Perlmutter spin and ride in her Olympic Games debut. Perlmutter was the youngest snowboarder Wednesday in the 12-woman final and snagged 6th after a bounce-back second run. That determination is something her classmates have seen on the slopes time and time again.
She doesn't just give up after she falls.
Yeah.
She keeps trying.
Even when she falls, she's a little upset, but she just keeps going until she lands it, and it's very admirable.
Perlmutter finished highest of the 3 teens competing. She's also one of a few current or recently graduated Killington Mountain School students at these Winter Games. Other students see her as a major role model.
Someone that I've known for so long is now so high up in the ranking, and now everybody knows her name and stuff like that. It's really cool knowing that that's a possibility.
It really is within their grasp if they just continue to commit to their plans, commit to their training.
Claire Butler is the head of school at Killington Mountain School. She says the flexibility of classes makes this opportunity possible for many athletes, along with hard work.
Really exciting that we are able to cater to that seasonality of sport at the school and support them academically as well. That's the biggest piece, making sure that they can do both without compromise.
Many teen Olympians spend their first Olympics building confidence for future Winter Games. Her classmates say they can't wait to see what she does in another 4 years.
She's going to have all this time with the U.S. team. She's supported by all her friends, all her sponsors. I feel like she's just going to advance at a level that we can't even comprehend.
That's so cool, the support.
Right, we're just talking about what Olympic sport we would do or wouldn't do. I said I want to do bobsledding.
Yeah, that always looks like a fun one. I used to want to be a figure skater, but I can only skate. I can skate, but not great.
At least
I'm
you
not
can.
doing any jumps or anything like that. But those crazy things, the acrobatics and stuff with the snowboards and also on skis, absolutely not.
Which one would you do?
As far as Olympic sports in general, I feel like I just do running because that's something I know how to do. But that's not a winter.
We're
winter right now. Oh man, I would like to try skiing. I think that'd be fun.
Go up.
Yeah.
Or do some curling.
I remember playing Wii Fit when I was growing up, and we had the ski jump.
They had that?
They had that on Wii Fit, yeah.
I
loved that game.
It's
was so
almost
fun.
the same as doing it, right?
Almost.
It's just as fun.
We thought so back in the day, for sure.
We did. All right. Well, thanks so much for continuing your day with us here on Morning Y'all on CBS19 Plus. Catch the noon show coming up later today.
And of course, you can keep it right here all day long for the latest news and weather. We hope you have a good morning, and we'll see you Friday, dark and early.